Hi, my name is Lynette. I wanted to talk a little bit about something that's come across my radar. I'm a big Walkaway fan, and since tripping over that website, I have fallen down a rabbit hole of all sorts of goodies that are on the internet. And one of the things I found the other day was that 700,000, basically 702,000 traveling people with visitor visas that had come into this country by air or sea had overstayed their visas. 700,000. This is between October of 2016 and September of 2017. So it's very recent. And I don't know, this was a Fox News thing. I don't know if anybody else reported on it. It seems a little interesting to me. Who are these 700,000 people? Of course, my brain immediately goes to, oh, they're all terrorists and they're all horrible. Actually, they're from Canada. The biggest overstayer was from Canada. You think, oh, well, that's safe then. Our Canadian brothers are perfectly harmless. Except for the fact that Canada has a huge immigrant population of all sorts of people that are non-Europeans. Large Muslim population. So I had to ask myself, why would so many people overstay? Are they just people that just want to live in America because they're looking for work? Canada has a very good booming economy. I kind of don't think that's the case. So you have to ask yourself how many people are Muslims that are moving here, because that is what's going on in the rest of the world. And if you're going to shake your head and say, another conspiracy theorist, yeah, you're probably right at this point. If you watch any news, you're going to see a little bit of what's going on in Europe. I caught a very good report on ABC of all places, even though I don't believe a word that comes out of mainstream media. But where you'll really see it is if you go on the internet and start Googling Germany, Angela Merkel, France, Italy. Italy they have allowed 1 million Middle Eastern immigrants into their country in 4 years. And you think Italy is just not that high a population country. 1 million is a lot. And that's why they elected their latest, I don't know if he's a prime minister, President Silvani. They recently came and talked to Donald Trump because they decided that they were tired of this and they needed a government that would do something about it, and he is doing something about it. Germans aren't so lucky. Angela Merkel is so wedded to the idea of allowing these Muslim immigrants in to her country that she has just laid down in the road and said, drive over me. And it's tragic, absolutely tragic what's happened in Germany and Austria and France. It's terrible what's happened in France. Sweden, once you start looking, it's positively depressing. Most of America is, for better or worse, we're a Eurocentric country. That's what we were based on. Our population came from Europe, and we're being criticized for being white people and being, that we feel better than everybody else. That's not the case, but Americans don't actually have, because we are such a polyglot country. In other words, we have Germans and Swedes and Austrians and French people and Spanish people. We have all of those people in our country, in our culture. Germany just has Germans, okay? So it's easy for us to say, well, what is America? Why can't we just let anybody come into our country? And we're all immigrants. We hear that all the time. Except the problem is that we're a country of basically Christian Europeans. We are a country of Europeans. I don't even want to put the religion into there. And we have a culture that is antithetical to Islam. And if you want to look at America and say what's happening in Europe with the Islamic invasion and takeover of cities isn't going to happen in America, you are fooling yourself. I have to ask, who are these 700,000 people that overstayed in the previous year? if you wonder to yourself why, when you're walking around in your city or your town, you see a lot more women that are wearing headscarves and more burqas than you saw, say, a year ago, and more full coverings, maybe not the burqa, but the whole headscarf, the full covering. Where are they coming from? Why are they coming here? This whole thing about their refugees from these war-torn countries is also a liberal ploy to get you to accept these races in because it makes them feel virtuous. Look how wonderful we are by taking in all these immigrants. This is the problem with Germany. Germany can't say anything without feeling that the world's going to look at them and go, oh my God, it's 1939 all over again. And they're really stuck between a rock and a hard place because they're losing their German culture. It's just being sucked into this Islamic vortex. And what do? It's really, I feel so bad for them. I'm of Swedish and German extraction, so those two countries really, I kind of like feel a little more personal attachment. So I just think it's something for you to look at. I would like you to take the Islamic entrance into our country maybe more seriously. We're so concentrated on looking at our southern border of Mexico and Central and South America that we're not paying attention to that. And I think we need to. And I think we need to start saying, as Americans, we are a Eurocentric country, and we do have our own culture. And our culture is this, and we need to be proud of it. And we need to say, it's okay for us to say, we don't want you. Like Dearborn, Michigan, look up Dearborn, Michigan. This great working man's town is now just Islam Central. Is that okay? I don't think so. So anyway, start looking online at some of this stuff at the countries and just put in protests in, and then pick your Paris, Berlin, Dresden, Malmo, Sweden. Sad. And you'll be horrified, but you'll be educated. And I think that's the important thing. So thank you. See you later.